Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of or what is it PewDiePie calls it? Oh my god, my intros are getting so worse. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Scottish Tweets read by a Scottish man. And yeah, I'm just going to put this out here. I don't normally do this at the start of a video, but I feel like it's a valid point that I forget to do, and it will help the channel grow, and that's what YouTube is all about. But yeah, don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't like it, and subscribe and tell your friends and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's get some... I'll try that again. Let's try some more Scottish tweets, and hopefully I'll get one done before the clock hits double digits. It's mad the kind of plans you make with people when you're out on a weekend. Aye lad, I'll come snorkeling with you and your Uncle Kev the Mora. Yeah, that happens quite a lot. What I find more interesting is the fact that you get so drunk that, I mean, these plans are normally happening, for me personally, plans normally happen the following day. So when you're lying in your bed absolutely steaming food and you get the text message at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, it says, you know, are you coming? And then your brain starts sort of pulsing and all that sort of stuff, thinking about what you agreed to do, and then you get a headache, and then you just tell them that, and then you don't go, and then you look like a twat. That's basically it. When you push a pull door and the person behind says you need to pull, aye, cheers lad, sure. Next plan was to start lifting for the bottom. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what goes through people's head when they feel the need to tell you how to operate a door. I mean, you know, for some, you know, in some parts they're right because, you know, you're not reading the sign that's in front of the door. But everybody misses that occasionally, and if you know you pull a push door and it doesn't work, then you automatically go for the push. Do you know what I mean? It's like the person behind you doesn't really need to say anything, but if you turn around and booted them in the stones for saying such a thing, you'd be the bad guy. Private school kids in the train do my nothing. Get that hockey bag out my face, Sebastian. This isn't something I've encountered very often in my life. I mean, I do the train quite often, but I don't really see private school kids with hockey bags called Sebastian on them. I mean, I don't really know many people's names on a train, but factually all I can really tell you right now is I don't see a lot of hockey bags. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Chris, you're on your own with this one. Hate them cyclists that take up the road and act like they're remaking Tour de France. You'll be doing Tour de Hospital if you carry on. It's a strange one. Well, it's not really a strange one. It sort of happens every summer. I would imagine it's the same as Scotland as it is in England, Wales and Ireland. Summer comes and the road's full of caravans and cyclists. People in yellow lycra riding bikes with piss-thin wheels and wearing helmets and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, it's, I mean, riding your bike on a good day is fine, but... you know, you've got to know how to operate. You need to know how to operate the road. You know, I mean, if you're going right, then you need to stick your arm out right and tell me you're going right. Otherwise, you know, you're just being an arse. And unfortunately, cyclists seem to think they have, you know, ownership of the road when they're out. You know, oh, I'm in a flimsy vehicle. Ugh, you need to watch out for me. Fuck off, you're getting rammed. When I see a police dog, I deliberately act pure suspicious, hoping to get inspected by Sergeant Good Doggy. Actual gee's a wee cuddle officer Fluffy. I'm a massive dog person, and I agree with Supernova here. I'm Noam Dar. Noam Dar is he's a WWE wrestler, and he's from my neck of the woods in Scotland. But I agree with him here. When I see even like guide dogs and stuff like that, my natural instinct is to run up and let them sniff me and then give them big hugs and that, because it's often like a golden retriever you see that are assisting the blind. But you know, there's always fucking Mary from the other side of the shop going, "You can't pet a service dog! You'll put it off! Stop it!" Fuck off, Mary. Saddest wee hoose ever. That hoose must have seen some shit. It's probably the cross it's got on its forehead as well. See, when you're in your bed and you ask somebody to close the door and they leave it that wee bit open and you question why they got rid of the death penalty. Just go to your bed, Joe. Just go to your bed and shut it. You know what I mean? It's not too late, but I'm just, yeah. You're making something out of nothing there. Dream about winning the lottery at least 10 times a day, which is pretty optimistic as I didn't even buy a lottery ticket. Well, I mean, I do that. I sit and daydream about how I would spend 100 million and stuff like that, and how many generations of my family could retire off that money. But you can't win if you don't buy a ticket. The old saying is, you can't win the raffle if your name's not in the hat. So, yeah. But, in saying that, if anyone wants to donate £10 million to me, that would be tremendous. Mine in school, you used to do PE, then just pop your tie back on and bounce straight into higher geography, drenched in sweat. What the fuck was that? I remember this, although I haven't been in school for 12 years. But yeah, we used to finish PE. PE was a class that whenever it was swimming day, I always ducked it because I hate swimming. For those of you that don't know, I do have like a fear of deep water. But yeah, when you did the bleep test, or you did football, or you did basketball, or any of that sort of stuff, you'd build up a bit of a sweat, and there were showers in the changing rooms, but for some reason no one seemed to use them. Everyone was scared of getting their willies out and all that sort of stuff. Because when you're at that age, everybody's is tiny, and it must be pointed out to absolutely everyone. So I think everyone just avoided it. So yeah, you'd just bounce your stuff back on, and then you would head over. I didn't do geography though. I think I might have been computing that was after PE, and yeah, you used to get in there and then you'd stink to high heavens. But there would always be that one guy that bought a tin of links, and everybody would nail it off him. This guy would come in with like a whole tin, like fresh out the shop that morning, tin of links, and it would be finished by the time PE was over, and then everybody would pass around chewing gum, who's got chewing gum and all that sort of stuff. And then you should all go out smelling like a whore's handbag, chewing gum and all that sort of stuff, and make your way out looking like the dog's bollocks, but you're actually smelling like pure fucking ass. Imagine your job was employing service dogs and you had to fire one. Pure heartbroken, saying best of luck in your future endeavours, Baxter, mate. I could never fire a dog. If my boss told me, right, Baxter's got to go, man, Baxter would just been the boot taken home and looked after. That's why I don't go near rescue centres, because I would come out with like 4 dogs. And people say to me, how are you going to look after 4 dogs? That costs a lot of money. Those dogs would eat before I eat Betty. I would die of hunger before the dogs did. Don't you worry about the dogs, Betty. I'll manage. In McDonald's, and the girl shouted to the back, I need a spicy legend. And a wee guy shouted back, I'm right here, doll. That's not funny, Paula. That's not funny. That's the same as, you are what you eat. I don't remember eating a fucking legend. Just at the post office, and they asked my auntie if she had any other ID with her, and she went, I've got this keyring that says Karen on it. Fair play to your auntie there, Dylan. Fair play to your auntie. And I would like to know the outcome of that story. Did they accept it? Did they? I really hope they did, because that's thinking outside the box. My dad said it was that poor as a wee boy's family used to open the windies and the birds would throw bread in. That's kind of on par. That's a dad joke. It's such a dad joke. Dad jokes are not funny. Dad jokes are not funny. That's just like, oh man, we're that poor that kids in Ethiopia hold rock concerts for us. It's like, come on, patter levels must rise, please. Come on, better patter. See, when you're waiting in a takeaway delivery and you can hear every car door shutting in a 5-mile radius. The takeaway happens in 3 sections when you're waiting in a takeaway. The first section. Now this is assuming that, where I come from, the standard delivery time is 45 minutes. That's what they tell you on the phone all the time. So it happens in 3 stages. The first stage, the first 15 minutes, you spend on the couch fidgeting. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you're checking Facebook, all that sort of stuff. You fidget for 15 minutes. Then the second one comes, and that's where you get up and you pace around. You go into the kitchen, you start preparing drinks and all that sort of stuff, and then you walk through the bathroom. You're not even needing the bathroom, but you walk through, and then you walk in and you start fucking hoovering and stuff like that, just to waste time. Part 3 comes the curtain twitcher, and we all do it, and if you say you don't, you're a bloody liar. The last 15 minutes taking you from 13 minutes to 45. That's when you stand at the window, watching whatever you're watching on TV, and then you twitch the curtains to see if anybody. It tends to be at night, so you're looking for the headlights. You're looking for any headlights, and that gets your hopes up. So you're twitching, and you're watching the TV, and then you're twitching again, And that's generally the 3 stages of waiting in a takeaway. Anything after that is a bad review on Just Eat. You know, oh, my dinner was a minute late, it was fucking freezing, I'll never beat out that dump again. That feeling of a warm Chinese in your lap when you're taking it home is what I imagine bringing home your firstborn is like. Except your firstborn won't be off a hot plate into a tin foil carton and put in a plastic bag. If drinking cocktails makes you any less of a man, then chop it off and call me Sandra, because I love them. Declan, I love cocktails too, mate. Jack Daniels and Coke is officially a cocktail, so there you go, mate. There you go, mate. You're absolutely fine. If you're drinking fucking strawberry daiquiris, though, come on, mate. Went to the doctors with hearing problems, and he goes, "Can you describe the symptoms?" And I says, "Aye, Homer's fat and Marge's blue hair." I can't believe this one. I can't believe this joke is going to make it onto my video. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Why do we say Sean like Sean, but we didn't say Bean like Bon? Fun fact: the first time that I was introduced to the actor Sean Bean was in GoldenEye 007. I was a young kid. You know, I played the game in the N64, and then I discovered there was a film. My dad is a big James Bond guy, and he told me about this film, so I eventually got round to watching it. And for 3 years after discovering, for 3 years after that film, I called Sean Bean Scene Bean. Really, to anyone that I'm talking to about the film, Scene Bean. That was his name for 3 years after I discovered it. Before I realised that you could, you know, SEAN is Sean. His name was Scene Bean for 3 years. Ridiculous. Honestly, last night someone asked me if crabs think we walk sideways, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. No, if your legs move in the way your eyes, in the way that your eyes go, then you're walking forward. You know, unless you're a weirdo and you're walking like that. No. Crabs look ahead and walk sideways. You're fine, you walk forward. Don't worry about it, Nina. Hey, Nina! Hey, Nina! Sorry, I seen that name and thought Still Game, sorry. Or is it Mina? Is it Mina or Nina in Still Game? I don't know, I'll need to check. Kenny tweets, "How petty are you?" Mel replies, "When I was younger, my ma had grounded me, so I took the telly remotes to school with me." That's fantastic. Mel, fantastic effort. I imagine that's what the response would be when, you know how parents think that they're clever when they change the Wi-Fi password on their kids, then I imagine that is the punishment that the parents face. It really just depends if the parents watch TV, but yeah, no, that's a fantastic effort, Mel, well done. A runaway ostrich in Ayrshire will be tricky to catch as they can reach 60 mile an hour. 65 if I've got my trainers on. Why do people do it? Why do people do it? Why do people make up these silly accounts? You know what I mean? As soon as there's a funny story about an animal that appears on Twitter, people rush out and make an account, and like, I guarantee that there will be about 30 different accounts for that ostrich. 30 different accounts, but that's an absolute belter. 65 if I've got my trainers on, that's a cracker. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Scottish Tweets by a Scottish Man. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If there's anything that I've said or any of the tweets that you don't understand, then leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to broaden your knowledge. And speaking of Scottish words, there is another episode of Scottish Terms and Phrases coming soon. In fact, I think there's a couple coming. And these videos are just going to break up the abundance of Raft gameplay that I've dumped on the channel. If you have enjoyed it, you're welcome. If you haven't, I'm really sorry, but stick around because there's more French content coming. And as well as that, I'm also going to be showing you guys my first ever fully directed film. It's not a 90-minute thing, it's only an 8-minute thing. But, you know, it was a college project. There will be some people, some subscribers here who've seen it, but most of you guys don't. So, yeah, there's no budget, there's no actors, there's nothing like that. I did the best with what I have, and I think it turned out okay. So it's going up on the channel. You guys can look forward to that. But in the meantime, this has been Scottish Tweets by a Scottish Man. I have been RabsPapa. You have been tremendous for watching. And until next time, take care of yourself. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do what you want, as long as you subscribe and tell your friends. But until next time, take care of yourself, and I am out.